You are aware of the position of Director of Public Prosecution?
Yes, the DPP.
The DPP.
Has it just been filled?
It
was vacant for a long time, but
exactly.
Not long ago it was filled.
Yes. So under the 2020 draft, the DPP is supposed to be independent.
Okay.
Once he is appointed, he has a right to take over cases from the Anti-Corruption Commission. He cannot just be removed from office like that. There has to be a process. In the new 2024 draft, the position of DPP is reduced. It's now under the Attorney General, who determines the cases who determines whether he will take on Anti-Corruption Commission cases, and who determines his appointment. So
I see that the people whoever is drafting this law is very much afraid of the anti-corruption commission.
Yes.
By disarming it in many ways. Yes. So you could see an attempt to protect people from the scrutiny of the anti-corruption commission.
That's obvious.
Yeah, that's very obvious in all the things we have gone through.
Yes.
So now the DPP cannot independently decide on a case referred to it from the anti-corruption commission now.
No.
The Attorney General must decide for that.
Yes.
So that means the DPP's independence is reduced.
Yes.
Again, to protect people who might be affected by the anti-corruption commission.
Yes.
Wow. That is another not a good point for somebody who wants to be transparent, actually.
Yes. And another group of people whose powers are reduced is the National Assembly members.
Wow. Yes. National Assembly members.
Yes.
You can bet that will bring a lot of uproar.
So
how are their powers reduced? In which aspect?
So
in what aspect?
You recall the requirement that ministers. Well, the requirement that ministers submit a declaration of the assets to the Anti-Corruption Commission.
Yeah, you said their spouses should not be there.
Yes, so they have reduced the obligation for ministers and the vice president.
Yes.
And even the president. They have reduced that obligation.
Yeah.
They have created that obligation for the judges, for the judiciary.
Yes.
They have now also created it for the National Assembly.
Oh, really?
So all National Assembly members must disclose all their assets after they leave office.
All the National Assembly members?
Yeah.
All their assets after they leave office?
Yes.
Okay.
So that to the Anti-Corruption Commission.
Yes.
So that, of course, to investigate and confirm whether they have increased their wealth, from what sources, exactly. Yes. So that can be considered to be a good thing, because after all, if ministers were supposed to do it, then National Assembly members can do it. The problem you have now is ministers are protected; they don't have to do that anymore. Judges have to do it, and National Assembly members. So
now the ministers will not declare their assets to the anti-corruption commission.
They will declare before they go.
But not after. But the judges will have to do it before and after.
Yes.
And National Assembly members have to do it before after.
Yes.
So the executive protect itself, and leave the judiciary and the legislature in the hands of the anti-corruption.
Well,
that's what it means. That's what it means. So you can expect an uproar in the assembly if they get the similar interpretation, of course.
Yes, it's
interesting.
It's very strange.
It's very strange.
Yes.
Then you can bet there will be resistance from National Assembly members. Why do you protect yourself and leave us under the jaws of the anti-corruption commission?
Then another issue is that the National Assembly members. So currently, as you know, our elections are the presidential election occurs. Then the National Assembly election occurs, I think, a year later.
No, 5 months later.
4 months later, yes.
Yeah, 4 or 5 months.
4 months later. So under the 2020 draft, it was supposed to be on the same day.
Yes, which made a lot of sense.
Yes, they have now separated it. So it will still be the same 4 months after the presidential election.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well.
So another thing that's interesting for me is that, in the National Assembly, you have nominated members.
Yes.
And
5 of them, is it?
Correct. Then famously, you had the case of Yakumba
Jaite, who the president wants to remove, but the law said no. You cannot.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're now changing that in the constitution. So they're going to give the president expressly power to recall nominated members.
Oh, you see, another another excessive powers to the president. Whoever draft this actually is doing the bidding of the president. You can safely say that. So now the president can have no restriction in recalling a nominated member of parliament. So he can nominate you, and when you start becoming a mad dog going after your master, he can remove you. That's basically what he said.
It's a bit strange. It's a bit strange.
Whoever drafted is really empowering the president so much that, in fact, almost turning to me a semi-autocratic leader, protecting him or her from everything. There we go. So it basically means that he can nominate and fire a nominated member of parliament.
Yes. Yes. Then also even the sessions of the National Assembly. Under the draft, the clerk of the National Assembly will publish when the sessions will start. The National Assembly has the autonomy to decide when it will sit, when its sessions will commence, that for their calendar. So under the proposed draft, the clerk must now consult with the president before determining publishing the sessions in the Gazette.
So you see, you said even the powers of the assembly is reduced. This is another form of reducing the powers.
Yes.
So the clerk cannot now schedule the sessions without consulting the president.
Correct.
The president now must influence when are you going to, what are you going to discuss and whatever time.
Yes. So in fact, even on that question of changing certain things in the National Assembly, even the State of the Nation address, under the draft 2020, the National Assembly, the State of the Nation should be in the beginning of the year, in the commencement of the year, and not later than April. They have now changed that so that it can be at any time. But also, when the special sitting of the National Assembly occurs, the president can send a vice president.
Extraordinary sitting. He can send a vice president.
But now he can send any minister.
Oh, and assembly people actually want the president himself to become.
Exactly. So rather than...
Now even the vice president, if he feels that's too senior, he can send somebody else.
Yes. So they have, of course, the value of sending the vice president is that he would have a clearer view of the whole executive branch. A minister is
just one
sectoral,
aspect of it.
Obviously. So they've changed certain aspects of the National Assembly to make it more convenient and protect the president. Exactly. So that's something people also have to look at.
People should have to understand that. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
Another thing is also the Select Committee on Finance. Under the proposed draft 2020, is the minority leader that is supposed to chair that committee.
Minority leader.
They have removed that.
That is what exists now, isn't it?
Yes, but
I
they have
removed currently it's Alaji Dabo. It's Alaji S. Dabo.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So that is changed also.
So now who will it? Majority leader?
Well, I suppose the speaker will decide, or there will be a vote. But they have changed that.
And the provision that allows minority leader is to make sure that at least
checks and balances.
Exactly. They've removed that now.
That's also removed.
That's another reduction of parliamentary powers.
Exactly. Yes.